And we're also going to be talking about Easter crafts, so we've got lots of stuff coming up. Right now we're going to check in with Terry, who has been promising maybe a little bit of drizzle in our forecast this morning. How does it look, Terry?
I was going to ask you guys on the way in, since I missed you, we're up in North County at Carlsbad at the Museum of Making Music. I was going to ask you if you had any drizzle on your windshield on the way in. I didn't have any.
I had a little bit.
Okay. I did not, but it had appeared to already have rained at my house this morning, so there was moisture all over the ground.
Well, that's going to be the case today. It's a horse of a different color, as we say. Your forecast will show you that in our areas, temperatures are going to be somewhat cooler than they were yesterday. For us, we're going to call for coastal conditions once again to have a drizzle chance. Along the coast, 60 to 62. Inland Valley, 63 to 65. In the mountains, 62 to 65. In the deserts, only in the upper 70s, low 80s to yesterday's, comparing to yesterday's high 80s and low 90s. Why are we here? Well, we're going to be making music. It's a museum. It's in Carlsbad. It's called the Museum of Making Music. And we're going to hear from the San Diego Mandolin Orchestra. They're going to perform a song called Halley's Comet. It's a real nice song from 1910, I believe. Right, guys? Wait till you hear our musicians here. And also, we're going to hear the Colton band. Did I say that right? And they're going to play Johnny B. Good. So we're going to have a variety of music at the museum. You want to stick around today for that. All of that in this 7 to 8 o'clock hour. I'll toss it back to you guys.
All right. All right, it is 7:06. We're going to check in with Terry, who's promising fabulous music for us this Easter morning. Good morning again, Terry.
Good morning, guys. Happy Easter to you, and just think variety of music. Let's think about our weather, first of all. That's one of the things that we try to give you is weather as much as we can in our 2-hour program on Saturday and Sunday morning. Our forecast today has drizzle and partly cloudy skies, not as much sunshine as we would like. Along the coastline, 60 to 62 temperature-wise for a little bit of drizzle, 63 to 65 Inland Valley, the mountains 62 to 65, and in the Southern California deserts, upper 70s, low 80s. That means one thing, good Easter Sunday for you, and also it means that we got a ball game at 105 that could have some drizzle downtown. Why are we at the Museum of Making Music? Because I wanted to introduce my new best friend, BJ Morgan. BJ, marketing magnate, marketing maven, the manager of this. This is something you fell into because you're basic degree was in music management.
Exactly, music business administration. Came out to California, and it was a perfect opportunity to work for a music museum here in Carlsbad, California.
You got a lot of people that come through this building in Carlsbad. Buses come in, you have musicians that come in.
Yeah, buses, scout tours, school groups, all kinds of people. We have about 20,000 folks come in through every year.
Percussion, strings. We're in an area here that has a couple of displays of different saxophones, different horns, different strings, and it's amazing how does the museum get all of this, the collectibles? Do you have people that bring you their collections?
Most of our instruments come through the kindness of donations, collectors, artifacts. A majority of these instruments you see here, they don't belong to the museum. They actually belong to folks who have generously loaned them to the museum.
Ours. How can our viewers come to the museum?
All you have to do is make your way up to Carlsbad. We're nestled conveniently right between Legoland and the flower fields.
You have a great website too, by the way.
www.museumofmakingmusic.org.
Okay. I tell you, in your hours, what hours?
Open every day except Monday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay. We have been joined by some fantastic musicians in the museum, and it is the San Diego Mandolin Orchestra, and they're already making jokes about drummers and about different folks. We've got 6 folks here, and I'm going to get your first name as we come down so we can be a little personal here. Your first name?
Ted.
Sal. Sal, how long have you been with the group?
I've been 12 years.
12 years. And your daddy taught you how to play mandolin?
Yes.
Bill?
Jim?
And Karen.
You're the only young lady in the group, and you're the guitar player.
Right.
Did you like Jimi Hendrix as much as I did?
Sure, he's my time.
Isn't he great? And
Birch.
All right, now we've got 6 instruments here. It's called Halley's Comet, and it's from 1910. Is that when it was? Yes. Let's hear an example of it here live at the Museum of Making Music. this is such a great example of music that you don't hear that often. The mandolin's a very popular instrument.
Yeah, absolutely. From this time period, we're in the 1920s gallery of the museum, representative of the music they would listen to back in this era.
On April the 28th in Balboa Park, you can hear the San Diego Mandolin Orchestra. So girls and guys and all of our audience members, you're getting a treat here this morning on Easter Sunday.
Absolutely. Thank you, Terry. Good egg hunting music.
A rare treat.
That's right.
When we come back from Vatican City to Fort Hood, how the Pope and our president are...
When you young ladies were growing up, did your moms give you little Easter bonnets to put on Easter Sunday?
Yes, we had Easter bonnets and white gloves.
Very cool. And you don't want to get any of those dirty till after church. Then, you know, it's everything fair game after that. Let's talk about our weather this morning. A little bit of drizzle up and down 5:15 and around the area. A quick look at your forecast will give you an idea that we're in San Diego. It's going to be one of those days where it's kind of going to be inside. Not too many good photos going on. High rip tide around the coast. Also gusty winds in the inland mountain areas. And we're going to have some blowing dust out in the Southern California deserts today. It could be very windy. And that's put out by the National Weather Service. For us in San Diego, currently it's 50 degrees at Campo, 60 degrees in portions of Southern County. Chula Vista's 57. Coronado 61. San Diego's coming in at 58 degrees, and Carlsbad's at 58. Down at Tijuana, it's in the 55-degree range. For us across the state, temperatures are a little bit different. Up in Crescent City, coming in at 48. Lake Tahoe right now is at 38 degrees. This time last week, they were about 18 degrees. Fresno at 56, Tijuana 55. Water vapor for us from outer space will show you that curl and swirl of low pressure and moisture moving across Southern California, bringing us the conditions that we can expect today with a little bit of drizzle. Surf report 2 to 5 feet with a 6-foot possible swell there. It's going to be a high rip current, water temperature 58 to 61. You want to know about the baseball game? Well, forecast for the baseball game at 105, about 60 to 61 degrees with maybe a light drizzle out there and some clouds, and hopefully we can pull this one off. The 6-day forecast showers are possible this morning along the coastline, 60, 64 degrees, 65 by Tuesday, Wednesday 66, Inland Valley 63, 65, 64. Sunrise this morning was at 6:28 for the sunrise services, and that's what our weather looks like here in San Diego. We're at the Museum of Making Music. When we come back, we're going to hear a little bit of rock and roll for the Boomers. So get ready for that, guys. Back to you at the studio.
All right, Terry, thank you so much. Well, coming up next, sunrise.
I think we've got some moisture out there, what it's going to be like on this Easter Sunday. I'm going to step out of the way so you guys can see a little bit of the museum here, and we talk about what's going on, take our weather graphics, and get through the coastal region, 60 to 62, Inland Valley, 63 to 65, the mountains, 62 to 65, Southern California deserts, 78 to 80. And I think that we're going to have that rip current at the coastline. Also, we're going to have the gusty conditions in the inlet and mountain areas, and below, blowing dusty winds out in the Southern California deserts. So for San Diego, though, the weather is kind of different than what we had yesterday. It was a little bit warmer. You can see off the satellite image from 23,500 miles in outer space that is showing you the circulations coming in, causing us to have the marine layer and the high areas of clouds and a slight chance of drizzle today. So that'll continue for us. Southern California is in the area of showers for this morning, some light showers. Southern California is the place to be, though, compared to the rest of the country. A lot of snow and heavy showers in the Texas area, all the way through southern portion of southeastern United States. It's going to be one of those Easter Sunday mornings. Portland's at 47 degrees. Billings is at 24. Fargo is at 11 degrees. 6-day forecast looks like, baseball. We got 105 this afternoon, 60 degrees. That's what she's going to have the mountain. 62 degrees. And Sunday for Monday, 60, 65. On Tuesday, Wednesday, 70. And the desert area is 78, 76, 78. Cooler this week. That's a quick look at your weather on this Sunday morning. We're back at the Museum of Making Music. Paul, come on in here so we can reintroduce BJ Morgan, the marketing maven here. We heard the Mandolin Orchestra.
That's right.
Now, who are we going to hear on this particular segment?
We've got a rock and roll group, the Colton Band, straight out of Carlsbad, California.
Go figure, right? The hardest working band in North County?
Exactly right. They play about 5 days a week. You can find them every Saturday at Tom Giblin's Irish Pub.
Let's see if we can go over and introduce them. BJ, thank you for inviting us into your museum. And Paul, you're stepping on my wire, buddy. Just hop up there just for a second in this wireless configuration. You have been complaining complaining about how early it's been all morning. It's Clayton, right?
That would be Colin.
Colin, it would be Colin. Colin, are you doing okay?
Yeah, it's just early. It's just early. Early.
Can I thank you enough for being here for us this morning?
Thank you very much.
Next to you is Mr. Clay, right?
Yes.
Clay?
Hi.
You're playing how do you pronounce that guitar?
Takamine.
Okay, you liking that?
I love it.
Okay, can I introduce the drummer also? Because Eli.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous when you start talking about the drummer. Eli, what are you sitting on there?
I'm sitting on a box.
And that's what we didn't want to set the hardware up. That's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I'm getting the first rodeo out of the band. That's all I know.
Next is Grant. You're the bass player. Grant, good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you. And where can we hear you again, guys?
Tom Gibbons every Saturday night.
All right, let's see what we have here.
We're all over the place.
Would you give us an example of a little bit of rock and roll? Not mandolin music, but a little bit of rock and roll.
Late 50s, huh?
It is from the late 50s, yep.
Terry got your foot tapping. We're going to show you ways to get your creative juices flowing for this Easter holiday. We have special guests with us here to
cooler conditions this week. 78 compared to yesterday's 88 high, 76, and then we're back up to 80 on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday into the low 80s. I want to thank B.J. Morgan. Step in here just for a second. Thank you for allowing us to come out to the Museum of Making Music.
Absolutely.
At this time of the program, this is where we usually say, you know, we've got to get out of this place.
We definitely got to get out of this place.
Think we can get them to help us?
I think so.
Hit it, guys. You know how this goes, right?
You're singing it, buddy.
One more time. We gotta get out of this place. If it's the last thing we ever do, we gotta get out of this place. Girl, there's a better life for me and you. That's it. We're through. We're out of here. Oh, yeah, baby. That's it. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Terry. I love it that that's his theme song. I love it. All right.
Easy to do, but we're going to have some swing dancers.